This
Let
conference will now be
the
recorded.
migration tools, right? So there are two types of migration. There are various types of migration tools, right? One is BDC. BDC is one of the migration tool. Normally, so we have migration tools, right? Migration tools. So the migration tools can be two types. One is the BDC. BDC is known as batch data communication. Right? BDC is one of the migration tool. When I say BDC, it is nothing but a batch data communication. Data communication means here it involves programming, right? So if you want to upload, let us say BDC will be normally used in case of transactional data creation, not master data. Like if you want to upload open purchase requisitions, right? Open purchase requisition, or if you want to upload open purchase orders, right? Or if you want to upload open contract, right? So these are the transactional data, right? So if you want to upload the transactional data, then we will use BDC. So it requires a technical consultant help as well. So you need to work with a technical consultant and inform him what exactly you are trying to upload. Then they will create the program and give it to you. So by using that particular program, you will be able to upload this particular open purchase requisitions or open purchase order or contract, etc. These are nothing but a transactional data
Where we are uploading it, sir?
in SAP, right?
We save all this data in the form of PRs, right?
No, no, no. So normally the upload process is, let us say you are migrating from Oracle to SAP, right? So what you will do in the Oracle, there may be so many open documents like open purchase requisitions, open purchase orders, or open contracts. So all those things you are preparing one template, right? So every data will have one template, right? So you will prepare that particular template and కాఫీ అయిందా so you will prepare the template అక్కడ కూర్చో so you will prepare the template and fill the data into that particular template and upload it in SAP, right?
Okay, so this migration is all about whatever is left over in that legacy system, like open.
There are various migrations like data migration is one concept, or you want to migrate complete system ECC to S/4HANA, that is one migration. That also will be called as a migration. But here we are discussing about the data migration. We are not discussing about any upgrade or migration related to the version. Instead, we are discussing about the data migration here. Right? So batch data communication is BDC, which will be used for the transactional data migration from a legacy system to our SAP system.
Actually, these reports it's from other software, other ERP software.
Other ERP softwares means, let us say you are using Oracle till today or Java. So when you are migrating from Java to SAP, there are so many open documents, right? So those open documents you need to migrate to SAP system so that, let us say I have open purchase order in the Java system, I will create in SAP also, so that whenever I received the material, I will process the goods receipt in SAP. So for that reason, we need to migrate so many things.
So for this again, do we need to prepare FSD, sir?
Uh, If you want to prepare FSD, prepare it. Let us say, let us say open purchase requisitions. So the technical team needs to write a program, right? If they want to write a program, you need to provide the details. What table you have to give, what, yeah. So everything, or at least you need to tell these and all the mandatory fields that are required for my purchase requisition creation. By taking these mandatory fields, you need to prepare the program. So you need to prepare the FS as well here. Hmm. So then we have LSMW, right? We have LSMW. So this is known as Legacy Transfer Migration Workbench. Legacy System Migration Workbench. Alright, so this will be used in case of the ECC, right? Some ECC versions are using LSMW. Also, some versions of S4 HANA, like, yeah, like 1709, 1809, and 1909. So these also will be used the LSMW for the migration of the data.
So every year they will release new versions of SAP.
Every year means it's all, yeah, they will release. It is not mandatory,
No, it's not mandatory.
but they will
the
release.
current version is 21. 2109
2021, yes.
2020
2021.
2021.
It is not mandatory that they should release, but it's all based upon their market analysis, all those things, etc. They will release, but it is not mandatory. They need to release in every year, right? But the LSMW will be used for master data load activities, right? Master data migration. It is not limited to master data migration, but for the transactional data migration also you can use LSMW. But it will be little bit complicated. But if you are able to create the transactional data, LSMW also you can do that. That is well and good possible.
Here also we need to download the templates or we need to import.
Yeah, template is mandatory.
But again, we need to give the feedback to the technical consultant for
Yeah.
writing the specification. Template format.
In SAP, most of the things will be happening between functional consultant and technical consultant. Both needs to coordinate. It's not like that I am the functional consultant, I will do one specific work. If required, you need to talk to the technical consultant. You need to coordinate with each other. Right? So this will be used for the master data and the transactional data. Sometimes we also have one more tool that is known as LTMC. So that is legacy transfer migration cockpit. So this will be available from S4 HANA, right? So S4 HANA version 2020, 2021, I think 2022.
The latest version is 2020.
Hmm. Right, so this is available for the migration of the data. It is mainly for the master data. It is mainly for the master data, but I am not sure. This will be used for transactional data as well. But maybe it is used for that as well. Right? But it is very simple. Like LTMC is quite simple. Why? Because we have already predefined set of templates that are available in the LTMC tool. You just need to download this template and fill the data in the templates and upload the same into the SAP system. It is quite easy.
So template will be different from company to company.
If it is a S4 HANA LTMC, same template.
Same template for every organization. Okay. Template is same.
If it is LTMC, why? Because in case of LTMC, the templates are predefined by SAP.
Okay.
But LSMW templates,
We need to give the
you need to select the relevant template details, like what exactly the fields we need to select when you are uploading the template. So if you are preparing LSMW or using LSMW, the template may be vary for company to company.
But before executing this one, sir, we need to know all those settings are not required.
Which settings?
Like if now we are migrating material master. So for material different material types to be
You need
created.
to do that, right?
Before executing this one, we need
Yes.
to do all those settings. Then only we can execute this.
Yeah, the configuration should be available, right?
Okay.
The material types, MRP types, number ranges, everything should be available.
Before
Then
executing.
only it will work. Otherwise, how it will work? It is also like creating the master data by using MM01, right? I am creating the material master by using MM01, right? So if I want to create a material by using MM01, I will do the configuration, right? I will create material types, I will create number
So
ranges.
first configurations needs to be done, then only we do upload it.
Config should be available first for anything. Then you can run this type of tools. Let us say I want to create a material with material type HALB, but that material type itself is not there in the configuration, then my program will not work, right?
It will
Or
give error, sir.
my LSMW will not work, it will fail. So I need to have the configuration or whatever may be the pre-mandatory settings, those things are available readily. Then only I will be able to use these tools. Otherwise, it will fail.
Got it. Got it.
Right. So then we will discuss. BDC is a program. It require program, right? So we will discuss about LSMW then LTMC. I think you are using S4 HANA, right? LTMC is not working there, right? Or is it working? It is
Uh,
giving some error, right?
yeah, LTMC, I think it's working. LSMW.
No, LTMC not working. There is some that cookies issue coming.
Yeah. What
Hmm.
is it selling exactly? Internet Explorer 11.
Yeah, that is the problem.
Yeah, it's not.
I think there is some cookies issue is there, but we will see. But we will start with LSMW, right? So what is the use of LSMW? Right? If you go to any interview, mostly they will ask LSMW only.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because it is a little bit difficult task. So LSMW will be mainly used for master data creation in mass. Means I want to create 10,000 materials or 20,000 materials. I want to create 10,000 vendors. I want to create 10,000 service masters. I want to create 10,000 info records, condition records, or quota arrangement or source list. In such cases, we will use the LSMW tool. So LSMW
Awesome.
will be used for mass creation of mass creation of master data. It can also be used for the transactional data, right? But mainly used for the master data creation, like material master, vendor master, etc. So what are the steps? The transaction code itself is LSMW only, right? So it is the transaction code for the LSMW functionality is LSMW itself,
Yes.
right? So what are the various steps that are involved in LSMW? Like I said, right? LSMW will have mainly some 24 steps, right? So let me see.
24 steps.
24, 25 is there. Let me open. So if I go to SAP system, SAP is not working. Okay, so I will go to India 123. Let us say business framework verbiage BR plus business communication. Okay, so I will enter the transaction code LSMW itself. LSMW. I just need to click on enter. So again, LSMW Workbench is an SAP system tool that supports you when copying data from non-SAP systems. Non-SAP systems means like Java, Oracle, etc. So this is the LSMW Workbench screen. Here I want to create a project, sub-project or object. Let us say I want to create a material master, right? So I will be defining it as a project or sub-project, then object. My project is create material master, right? My project is, let us say, material master mass upload, mass material master creation, right? This is the mass my project. Within the project, the sub project is material master create or change. There are two things. You can create material masters in thousands, or you can change the material master in thousands. There are two sub projects. So you need to specify whether it creation or update as two sub projects. You need to create separate LSMW programs for creation and update. Let us say we are doing it for create, or you can also create it for the change as well. You want to change 10,000 materials in one go.
But changing it's not here. We'll go to another some transaction code is there for it.
That is MM02, but you can also, if you want to change 1000 materials or 2000 materials, then you can use the change also can be done via a LSMW program in mass.
Change means what?
Change means you created a material, later you wanted to change.
Like I have created like finish and I wanted to change it to semi-finish or like.
No, you
Valuation
created,
class if you want to change
you want to change the valuation class,
for all the materials.
or you maintain the description as bearing, later you want to change it to bearing XYZ. So
But
you
not
can
the
do
material type.
material type also you can change.
Okay.
MMAM, right?
Yes. Yes.
MMAM is the transaction to change the material type.
Yes. Yes.
But material type change will be very less. Very rarely you will do it. The system will not allow also material type change. Normally it will not allow. Right? So create change. For creation is one sub project and change is one sub project. Right? Then object. Object is nothing but you can give any naming convention for the object, that is create material master etc, or change material master etc, you need to give. So you need to give a project, then sub project,
In some project we will have create and change.
then object. You can give any naming convention here, right? It is not like that you need to give some specific naming convention. You can give the naming convention for the project, sub project, anything.
For all these, do we need to take permission from manager and client as well to define the names?
No. If you include the client, then it will be well and good. If you go to the client,
Who will tell us, sir, actually to put this name? We only
you can
use
put
that.
anything, right?
Okay.
It should be your understanding. You can give any name. Let us say somebody has given the project here, right? It should be simple. Somebody, let us say I can give anything. Let us say project is mass upload, right? I am giving the mass upload as a project. Within the mass upload, sub project is material master. Then object is create. No, if somebody sees it is a mass upload for material master, within the material master it is for creation. Again, you can give one more project and a sub project and object for change. You can give one more project, right? Change. For the change one object, create for one object. It should be identified with properly. If somebody sees what is this, they should understand easily. This is for material master upload and creation and change. Right? So then I need to define the project, sub project and object. Right? I will define it here. So I will define the project as mass upload, then sub project as I will click on project. I think I need to click on create. Sorry. So I will be creating my project, sub project and object. So project is mass upload. Description I will elaborate this, right? Mass upload for master data. Are we recording or not? Okay, we are recording. So this is the project and the project description. Right? Then I will click on. Then sub project. Sub project is material master, right? So I will elaborate this as material master or mass upload for material master. Then I will click on here. So it is object, right? It is create material, right? So create. So I will put create and I will specify mass creation of material master. So like this, I need to define the project, sub project and object. I will click on OK. See here, it will update automatically once I click on OK. So once I have defined the project, sub project and object, I need to click on execute button. So see, we discussed it, right? LSMW will be used for so many things. Like it will be used for material master, it will be used for vendor master, it will be used for transactional data, etc. So by including all the all the master data, so they have defined these and all the various steps which we need to include. Right?
These are the standard steps, right?
Yeah, these are the main steps that are involved in the LSMW program. But if I am creating a material master, not all these are required. Only some are required. Some 10, 15. How many are there we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 we have here, right? But if you are creating a material master, it requires only 13. If you are creating vendor master data, it requires only 10. Like that, right? So like that. So but by including all vendor master, material master or transactional data, these and all the steps that are involved in the LSMW program. But we need not to worry about all these steps. We are trying to create the material master, right? We will see what and all the steps that are relevant for the material master. So the first step number is maintain object attributes. So I will select maintain object attributes. So the step number one is maintain object attributes. So what is maintain object attributes? So I will select this particular line, right? I will go to the execute button. So here we discussed, right? So here we discussed the, we are in the step number 1, that is maintain object attributes, right? So I will select this, I will go to the execute button, then I will click on display. Now it is in the display mode, so I need to change it. When I click on change, so these and all the fields, it will be opened, right? So the LSMW functionality will use 4 ways of doing a master data or creating a master data. One is a standard batch or direct input method. These are the methods which will be used in creating the master data. I want to create 10,000 materials. I will use 4 ways of doing a LSMW. One is standard batch or direct input method, right? The first method is,
Standard.
method 1 is standard batch or direct input method slash direct input method. So what is standard batch or direct input method? It is nothing but, let us say I am creating 1000 materials, right? I will divide these 1000 materials into batches. Let us say 500 is one batch, 500 is one batch, and I will directly update the tables that are relevant for the material master. Let us say I am creating the material master, right? What are the SAP tables we have for the material master?
Mara, Marcy,
Yeah, we have Mara and Marcy, Mardi and MBEW and MVKE and MAKT and MAKTX, right? So I will be taking 500 materials as a batch 1, and I will be directly updating the tables with the details that are required for to create 500 materials. Means it is a direct table update, right? So that is the reason we will be calling as a direct input. So I am directly inputting the details of the materials into these tables, so that the material will be created in batches, 500 materials in one batch, remaining 500 materials in one batch, which will be used as a direct input method. If somebody asks what is direct input, then you need to tell we are updating the tables directly for the master data tables like Mara, Marcy, MARDI, MBW, MVKE, MAKT, MEKTS, etc. Then what is the object method and program name used for the standard batch or direct input? The object is, these are all SAP standard, right? If somebody asked what is the object for the direct input method, you should tell the object is 0020. So the object is 0020 in case of a standard direct input method. Then method, what is the method? Method is 000, 4 zeros. If somebody asks what is the method for the direct input method, so you need to tell
So that is a default.
default.
And the first one also 0020.
Yeah, if you select this one, it will automatically default here.
Okay.
Then what is the program to create the material master? The program to create the material master via a direct input method is RMDATIND. These are all standard.
So once we enter there, automatically it will come in other fields also, which
Yeah.
are related.
Yeah, if you want to create vendor master, right? Select vendor master. You see sender vendor master is 0040, right? And what is the method here? The method is
So once we enter there, automatically it will not change, sir.
what it will change? I didn't get you.
0040 once we enter,
Hmm.
like method and program automatically what are defaults, it will not change.
No, no. You need to select the method, then the program will be picked automatically. Right? Uh, yeah. So if you want to create a vendor master, you need to select 004 as object. Method is 001, and program will be automatically pulled here. RFBIKR00. Let us say I want to create a material master. I will select 0020 as the object. Then I will select the method as 0000, and the program is rm.ind, and the program type is direct input. So this is the one way of creating the materials. Or there is a batch input recording. You don't want to use the standard batch input recording, but you don't want to use the direct input. Instead, you wanted to use the method known as a batch input recording. This second one. So there is one more way of creating the material master, that is known as batch input recording. Method 2 is batch input recording. Batch input recording. So what is batch input recording? Here you are not directly updating the table. Instead, you will be creating one material, right? So in case of the recording method, what will happen? Initially, what I will do, I will try to create one material like the same way how I am creating the material, right? By using mm01, I will start creating the material like this. I will give mm01, then I will give industry sector, then I will give material type, then I will click on enter. I think here there is some problem. I will click on enter, then I will go to the select views, then I will select all the views, then I will give the organizational levels, then I will go to the description, all those things I will be giving, right? So I will try to create one material the same way how I create by using ML01. During that creation, I will try to record the activities which I am doing. My system will automatically record the steps which I am following. I will be taking those recording as a reference to create the materials in mass.
But how we will take the recording, sir?
It will automatically happen.
Okay.
The recording it will automatically capture. So that is known as a recording method. We will see. So here the batch input recording, you will be using a recording functionality.
And here one more also. Can we do the steps in the MM0? But whatever materials data we want to convert,
Uh,
those things, how we will feed in the LS automation?
you are just creating one material. For that particular material, what and all the process steps you followed, those steps will be captured as a recording, and you are using that particular recording as a reference to create the other 500 or 1000 materials.
So it is like macro in Excel.
Huh?
It is like macro in Excel.
Yeah. Okay, but for the material master, we normally use the direct input method only. But for the vendor master, etc., we will use the recording functionality. It is direct table update.
So whenever we create the material,
Hmm.
whatever we are inputting, we can see in the these tables.
It will directly update the
So
tables.
here, what we are doing reverse engineering. Like all the data we are feeding to the tables.
Hmm. Normally, if you go to MM01, once you save the material, the table will be updated, right?
Yes.
But in case of direct input method, it is not like that. You will update the table, then materials will be created. Reverse.
It's like reverse engineering.
Hmm.
We will come.
But why you took this like 1,500 quantity here, just as an example?
Just example. Batch means it said batch, standard batch, right? Means, yeah, let us say I want to create 20,000 materials, right? So I will be creating them in batches.
20,000 material means material types or materials?
No, how 20,000 material types will be there?
20,000 materials.
Materials.
Suppose like for vegetables, we wanted to create 20,000
Uh, uh.
materials. Okay.
So first I will be, I cannot create 20,000 in one go, right? So I will be taking the batches 500, 500, 500, 500, like that step by step I will be creating 20,000.
We will
First 500, second 500, third 500. So I will be creating in batches. That is known as a standard batch or direct input method. Right. So then we have method 3. Nobody will ask all these things. Just if you are able to explain the step, that's fine. It is already predefined, right? It is already predefined the steps. So then third way of creating the materials is BAPI. So business object method, BAPI. Or BAPI, what is the full form? Application Programming Interface, I think. Business Application Programming Interface. So this is the third method, right? So third method is business applications programming interface. This is known as BAPI. So business application programming interface. This is also one of the method which will be used to create the materials, right? But we never used it. We mostly used
Standard.
the direct input method and the batch input, but we never used business application programming interface. So, so for the business object programming interface, what is the business object? What is the method? What is the message type? What is the basic type? So normally a business object method will be used. Let us say you are using Oracle system. You want to you want to migrate from Oracle to SAP. So you will connect Oracle system with SAP, and SAP will read all the materials that are in the Oracle system and display in front of you via a BAPI calling. You know, right? Web services, BAPI calling, etc., or API calling. Means it will read the Oracle material and it will display in front of SAP. That's it.
in SAP format.
Hmm. So that is known as, it requires so much of setup. Not it's not
Yeah,
simple,
correct, correct. Because
but that is the functionality.
it's not so
So
simple.
SAP side, what is the business object? We will see. There are so many things we will see for the material master. Material. Where is the material master? I think it will not be used for material master. I think the
Standard material,
standard material, right?
top also it is standard material.
Standard material CWM. I don't know what is CW, but let us say we will take this as a So this is the business object. And what is the method? Create and change material. This is the method, right? Then message type matmas underscore bappy, and basic type is matmas underscore bappy underscore 03. So create and change. So these are the business objects, methods, message type, and basic type, which will be used in case of the bappy. So as I said, it is just reading the data. You have your Oracle system. In Oracle system, you have the material master. You are calling the material master and displaying in front of
But in front of us, but automatically system number, material number will be generated.
you. If you wanted to do some mappings, in Oracle it is showing material number XYZ, but in SAP, when it is displaying, it should show LMN. So those mappings you have to do it.
So those things will be done by technical consultant.
Technical or middleware people, they will be doing.
So I think this copy we are using maybe rare because
There are companies which will be using. I have seen one company where they are using this BAPI calling also. Like they have SAP, right? They have SAP and they have something known as RPI. So they will be calling this as a red prairie. Red this red prairie something they are calling. So this is one of the ERP system. So they created a material here, right? Let us say I created a material here, XYZ. Once I have created and saved it, it is available here as well, material XYZ. Immediately it will be available. How it is happening? It is via a BAPI calling.
Calling
Hmm.
CLLING.
Calling means call. You are referring. You are calling. This means if you want to display some data, you are calling the data from the SAP system and displaying in a red prairie. I think you know, right? Amazon Web Services, all those things.
Yes.
So those will be used to call the data and display in front of the user. So this is one method, but I never used it. Okay. Then we have the IDOC, intermediate document. So the method 4 is IDOC.
Most of the interview they ask about IDOC.
IDOC they will ask. Right. So the fourth method of data creation is IDOC. When I say IDOC, it is nothing but intermediate document.
That's why they are asking LSMW and IDOC.
Yeah?
That's why they are asking for LSMW and IDOC.
Hmm. Okay, so IDOC way also one way of creating the material.
This IDOC will be created by us.
IDOC yeah, you need to develop the IDOC. Develop the IDOC, then you need to input the related information into that particular IDOC. Then it will transfer to another system and it will create the material over there. So IDOC is one of the functionality. Let us say I am using Oracle, right? I am using Oracle. In the Oracle, I have the materials. Right? I am using the materials. Then whatever may be the materials I have in Oracle, I want to create in SAP as well. Right? So then what will happen if somebody created a material in Oracle and saved it, it will generate a inbound IDOC to SAP that will carry the data of the materials, whatever may be the field level details that are there in the materials in the Oracle system. will be carried in the format of the IDOC, and once that particular IDOC reach it to SAP system, once the IDOC got processed successfully at SAP, it will create the materials at SAP system as well via a IDOC functionality. Means I created a material in Oracle, so it will generate a inbound IDOC which will carry all the details of the materials that are created in the Oracle to SAP system, and that particular IDOC will be processed in SAP. Once it processed, it will create the material within SAP system. So what is the message type and IDOC type for the material master creation we will see. So I will go to the message type. So there are various message types over here. So for the material master we will see what is the message type. It is 1 minute. I will see material master. So for the material master, the IDOC type or the message type is, let me see, material master. So this is the message type if you are creating a material masters by using SAP. So this is the message type, right? So, and what is the basic type? I will see the basic type. So the basic type is material master mat mass 01, and the enhancement is no enhancement is required. So these are the message type, basic type and enhancement types. If you are using the IDOC functionality to create the materials in mass. These are the four ways, but the material master will be mainly used to create the materials master. We will use direct input method, which is very little bit easy compared to others. Compared to others, the direct input method is the one of the easiest method.
For material master.
Mm. So I will select the direct or standard batch input method. So I will go to the change mode and I will click on standard batch or direct input method. I will select the object as 000 and method as 000 and program and the program type as D. Right? So batch input recording, BAPI or intermediate document, these things we will not use it for the material master. So I will save this particular thing. Right? So now I will go back. Now I will go back. So now you see, I selected the direct input method. So see how many steps are left here. We now have only 13 steps. Earlier we have 20, right? So based upon the type of the activity which you are performing, your steps will be decreasing here.
Change.
Hmm. Let us say for the vendor master, we will see how many steps are there. Let us say, why everybody is putting question marks to me? Everybody is asking so many things and they are putting question marks. Okay, so then what is the next step? The next step is maintain object attributes. We were able to do it. Then we have maintain source structures, right? So I just select the maintain source structures. I will go to the execute button. So here I will go to the, now it is in the display mode. I will try to change it to change mode, right? So I will go to the create I will give the source structure name, anything I can give. Let us say create material. I will also give the description as create material. Right, so I will click on OK. The name create material content is blank. Please remove, re-enter without blanks. Okay, we need not to put, I think, blanks here. I think source structure needs to be given as mm01, I think. I am creating the material, right? So I need to give the source structure as mm01 and the description is create material. I will try to click on continue and save it. So I have created a source structure that is known as mm01. Right, so let me now one minute.
Yes, sir.
One minute. I will remove this. So many fake chats are doing for me. Someone will ask
Yes,
resume.
sir. I got you missed call from this number. That's me. Yes. Yes. Okay. Which bank? Okay. Okay. Shukla, actually, I have enough already. I'll give a call in some time. Thank you. Thanks very much. Take care.
Okay, so we have created the source structures.
Okay.
If you are creating LSMW for the material master change, then you need to give MM02,
If it is for vendor master,
XK01,
you
XK02.
have to give that particular key code.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right, so now I will go back. Then we are in the so maintain source structures. We have maintained MM01, right?
Yes.
So in the maintain source structure, we maintain MM01. Now we are in the maintain source fields, right? So what is a maintain source field? I will select. I will go to the execute button. So I will go to the change mode. I will select the source fields. I will go to the table maintenance. So I want to create a material of material type ROH. So we discussed, right? There will be a required field. If I want to create a material of material type ROH, there will be some mandatory fields. 40, 50 mandatory fields will be there, which are mandatorily required to create a material. So we need to identify
Those
what are those mandatory fields and what is the relevant field name technically. Those details we need to enter it over here. Yeah, one by one we have to enter. Like let us say, what are the technical fields? How I will be able to see?
need to go MM01.
If I go to MM01, I will not see technical fields, right? I need to go to the tables. Let us say we have the Mara table. Yeah, I will see. So I will go to SC11.
SC11 and SC16 and both are same.
Same. I will put Mara. I will go to the display. There are 263 fields are there in the Mara table, right? So I need to identify the mandatory fields which are required to create a material, right? What is the first and foremost field? the material number, right? So what is the technical name? MATNR. So what is the character length? 18 character. What is the data type? Character. So I will select this particular field. This is the technical field. So I will enter. First I will identify these technical fields. I will write it down in one of the Excel sheet. Right. So I will write it down like this. Like what is the technical field name? This is the technical field. Right. Then data type. Right. Data type is character. If it is character, I will put C. Yes. If it is data type, I will put C over here. కూర్చోండి. So data type, I will put C over here, right? C means character, right? Then we will have the character length. Character length is 18 characteristic, right? 18 characteristics, but normally we will put 40. Then character description, right? What is the character description? The character description is material number, right? So like this, we need to identify the mandatory fields that are required to create a material. Like this, there will be 40 to 50 different fields will be there. So we need to identify all these fields and update this particular s- source structures, right? Okay, we will do it tomorrow, right? We need to identify 40 fields, and once we identified, we need to update this particular source structures with field name and character, right? Character type is C and the length is 40, and the description. So like this, we need to update all the mandatory fields that are required to create a material. Okay, so let me try to save it. I just updated only one field, but you need to update some 40 or 50 different fields which are required for the material master creation. Okay, we will see the next steps in tomorrow's session. Okay, then thank you. I will be closing the session for today.
Oh, is it got recorded?
Hmm.